Is self-care a luxury or is it a priority in your life? Let's talk about this on this next episode of Digest This.
Welcome to Digest This, the show that helps you revolutionize your digestive health. Here are your hosts, Dr. Liz Cruz and Tina Nunziato.
Hello and welcome to Digest This. I'm Dr. Liz Cruz and I have Tina Nunziato sitting right here by my side. Thank you so much for joining us for this podcast, for this episode. And if you are a regular listener, we love you and we love that you have continued on this journey with us. And if you're a first-time listener, welcome. We're so happy that you've joined us and I hope that you continue on this journey with us. So, gosh, I can't believe we're getting to the end of the year.
I know.
It's almost Christmas.
I know.
It's actually halfway through the month in December and we'll be getting into Christmas and then a new year. And so what more appropriate to talk about than self-care? Because my question to you is, how much self-care are you getting during this month as we prepare for Christmas, for the advent of our Lord Jesus Christ?
This is probably the month of the year that you do the least amount of self-care because I know at least at the office I'm hearing a lot of patients, well, I don't have any money right now because I'm spending it all on gifts.
Yeah, totally. You know, and yet we'll be coming into the new year and that's where a lot of people make resolutions. You know, they're going to go to the gym, they're going to do this, they're going to do that, they're going to go on this diet. You know, so I think it's a great time to talk about it. Yes, it's very hard to do self-care during the holidays, and yet it's the time when we probably need it the most.
Definitely.
The most, I would say. At least I do.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
So why this topic?
Why this topic?
I find it fascinating that you picked this topic. It was just in time because I was just telling you how yesterday I was just telling our new holistic nutritionist, Patty, who I'm training, you know, because we're going in to see the patients in the rooms.
Right.
And, you know, some people are very open and receptive to investing in themselves and some people are not. You know, they, oh, I don't have the money. I don't have the money. And I told her that it's got to be a priority for people and that some people don't look at investing in themselves as investing. They look at it as an expense.
Right.
Right. And it's unfortunate because, you know, if their car was broken, you'd know that it would be in the shop and they'd be putting as much money out as needed to fix that car. But when it comes to our own body, when our own body is broken, we don't look at it the same way.
True.
We don't look at it as needing to invest in ourselves to fix what the problem is.
Very
right?
true. I think that's a great analogy. You know, I think that we invest more in our automobiles and our animals. And I say that because truly, I mean, you know, and not anything against the animals or the automobiles. I mean, we love our animals. We have our own pets here at home. Well, we have a gecko and a dog. But, you know, and our cars, I mean, you know, but it's so true. We invest more in other things that are not truly us. And why is that? Who knows? I think that there could potentially be some sort of a stigma with self-care as far as, you know, is it a luxury? And do you really have the money to spend on that when there's so many people starving, you know, somewhere else?
But the reality is, this thing right here is your best asset.
It's a temple.
This thing,
Yes.
this body that you're living in is the thing that you need to live. So if you're going to invest in anything, this should be the thing.
Exactly.
That we invest in.
Exactly. And you know, I will always remember my mom telling me, my mom had read some article, probably 2 or 3 decades ago. So it was probably like within the last couple decades because I had already graduated from medical school and was doing my training. And she saw the long hours that you know, we kept as you know, during our training. I mean, you know, being on call and not getting out of the hospital for, you know, 48 hours or more. And I remember her telling me one time, Liz, you know, it does you no good if you don't take care of yourself. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you are not going to be able to take care of others. You know, and you could say the same thing, like if you don't take care of yourself, it's really hard to serve others. Okay. And why are we here in life? Well, if you were here in our little podcast room, you would see right in front of us, there's a saying that says life is about serving others. Okay. But you cannot properly serve others if you don't take care of yourself and if you're not healthy. All right. So healthcare, in my opinion, is not a luxury. And
Self-care. Self-care.
What did I say? Healthcare? Self-care.
Little Freudian
Yes,
slip there
exactly.
about
And for a long time, I'm guilty of not having taken care of myself better, but I try not to beat myself up over that because that does me no good. But I was just like burning the candle on both ends. We both were, with between the practice and our wellness business and the kids. I mean, Tina and I think are very, very good at burning the candle on both ends. And many times we'd be like, what are we doing? Why again are we scheduling all these things during December when we know it's already a crazy month? But it's so important. We try to teach it to our children, to our patients, to our clients. I mean, this is part of what we're doing. Okay. And so this picture popped up on Facebook and I saw it. And I was like, oh my goodness, we really should podcast on self-care. So I sent it to Tina and she was like, totally, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do like multiple podcasts.
Multiple podcasts, that's right.
I told her this could be like a 5-part series.
Absolutely.
Here.
So this is going to be our self-care series, okay? Okay, so this picture that I found on Facebook said self-care, a noun. It's a noun. The active process of making your body and mind a pleasant place to inhabit by filling your own cup first. This ensures that you have enough to give others. All right?
Amen.
This ensures you have enough to give others. And I want to just say something that, in the Bible, it says, love others as yourself.
Right.
Okay? What does that mean? I mean, look, if you don't love yourself and respect yourself and respect this body, this temple that you were given, again, how can you love others in the same way if you don't love yourself and respect yourself enough to do that? Okay? So Tina and I, did a little research and we, there's a lot of stuff out there on self-care, but we are going to focus on probably 5 different things in self-care, and we'll do a little series of podcasts. Okay, so this will carry over into the new year.
Yeah.
All right.
We just wanted to use this podcast to define what is self-care so that people understand what we're talking about when we talk about it. And it's actually pretty complex. It's, what they define as multidimensional, multifaceted. It's a process of purposeful engagement in strategies that promote healthy functioning of enhancing your well-being.
That's right.
And that's just not, the immediate thing you might think of is exercise, right? Exercise is just one small facet of self-care. So just wanted to talk a little bit about, how stressful life is right now, especially post-COVID. It just seems like everyone is so stressed out. And then we're coming into the holidays too, right? Which just tends to be very stressful, just increase in stress on top of the already stress that we have. But I don't know if you've noticed, but just people seem to be so unkind lately. I've noticed on the road, even with driving, you turn your directional on and the person behind does not let you in. They speed up and you're just like, wow, really? Even the parking lots, people don't stop to let you walk, you know? And it's just little things like that I've noticed just in general, in our world today. People just are less patient, they're less kind. And then that puts stress on you, right? Sure. Personally, because, I don't know, just having that around you is that energy, right? We've talked about energy so much, that negative energy, and it kind of blocks your energy, right? Or it makes you feel bad when that stuff happens to you. I think there's a lot to say for talking about self-care. Again, this time of year, a lot of us are thinking about others. What am I going to get for this person? What am I going to get for that person? What am I going to do for myself?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It needs to be
absolutely
talked about because we forget it. I mean, most of the year we forget it, much less this time of year.
Yeah, very true. Very true. So we found one article in particular that we liked the way it was laid out because it actually addressed 5 major types of self-care. Okay. There was physical, there is mental, social,
emotional,
and spiritual. So we'll just take one at a time and talk about it, break it down a little bit more, and and just focus on that. So look, even now during the holidays, I mean, just a few simple things that you could do for yourself, okay? Just as we're going through the month. I mean, because these are things that I've had to really force myself to slow down and to do. First of all, drink water. Okay, for some reason, for me, water drinking has always been a hard thing. And for some reason, when I'm all stressed out and going crazy during the holidays and I'm busy working, and then I'm trying to, figure out my shopping.
And it's winter too.
And it's winter, so I don't feel the thirst,
out,
right?
You don't feel thirsty.
Right.
So a lot of people tend to drink less in the winter.
Exactly. And the one thing that I have found myself doing over the past week is I go to the restroom to do number one. And I look in the toilet, I'm like, oh my goodness, my urine is so yellow. Because I'm always like, I got to keep it clear, got to keep that urine clear, just as a simple gauge to determine, am I hydrating enough? So hydrate, keep yourself hydrated, and also we're going to be drinking more holiday beverages, whatever it may be.
Eating more holiday food.
That's right. So just try to keep hydrating yourself so that your body can keep, try to keep keeping you detoxed and flushed out. Okay. So hydrate, as much as possible, try to get some sleep.
Yeah.
All right.
I think hydration and sleep.
Yeah.
Trying to get to bed at a decent time to recharge yourself. I think those are probably the top 2 most important things, easy things that you can do.
That's right.
Just to really focus, right now, this month.
Yeah, and the other thing that Tina and I have done is we've really upped our supplements, like taking more greens, taking a little bit more zinc and vitamin D. Because we're definitely running our bodies a little more ragged, which means your immune system, your defense system is not going to be at its height.
And it's flu season.
And it's flu season, exactly.
And COVID is coming back
with
a vengeance right now.
It is.
I mean, luckily, most people are not dying from COVID anymore, but it's still out there.
Absolutely.
And those people that haven't gotten it are getting it. And, I mean, these people are getting through it quicker. But, the more you can do to keep yourself well to, again, move around what's happening, right, with the flu and COVID and everything, so you're not susceptible to those things, the better.
That's right. And actually, so we've talked about drinking more water, trying to get sleep. The diet, okay? So yeah, it's holiday time. There's festive holiday foods. There's a ton of sweets, okay? That's probably, for me, a tough one because I have a sweet tooth. I have many sweet teeth in my mouth. And so I'm not, and we're not going to say don't eat them. No, because even I would not follow that. Okay. But just, we can moderate. I mean, I'm sure that if you put a plate of cookies there, I would more than happily eat 10 of those cookies. Okay. Because I love cookies. I love cookies. But just try to, in moderation, instead of eating
the whole tray,
maybe
just eat a couple.
Maybe just a quarter of the tray. No.
Exactly.
A quarter of the tray. That's right. All righty. All right. So let's see.
we'll just wrap up this podcast, and then we'll talk about each individual thing in a separate podcast.
Yes.
But before we break,
Something very exciting
that we wanted to share with everyone is we have an ad in the most recent issue of Vogue magazine. So if you've seen this magazine with J-Lo on it, we have our ad. We'll show it to you if you're watching on Facebook. It's our ad for enzymes. So we're super excited. This is one of the things that we're doing with our partnership with Kevin Harrington. So just check it out, and we'll see what comes out of it. We're super excited that we're getting the enzymes out there.
Very excited. So if you want to connect with us, if you have not connected with us, please, connect with us. Go to our website, drlizcruz.com, and click the magenta button on the homepage and schedule a free 30-minute wellness consult. And that is something that you can do from anywhere in the world, okay? It is over the phone. And again, as I said, it is free, and it's our gift to you. And that's a perfect way to connect with us. If you haven't rated our podcast, please rate us, and please give us a 5, because it'll help other people just like you to find us easier. And lastly, if you have not subscribed to our podcast, please subscribe so that you don't miss any episodes. All right, well, we are very excited. It's Christmas. We're almost there. Hang in there, drink a lot of water, get some sleep, eat cookies, and also take your greens, okay? All right, thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next podcast.
Thank you for joining Dr. Liz Cruz and Tina Nunziato. To learn more about their revolutionary products and services, go online to www.drlizcruz.com.